Hi, this is Gary with MacMost Now. On today's episode, we'll look at reminders on both the Mac and iOS. So with iCloud, we now have the ability to set reminders on both your iOS devices and on the Mac, and they sync between them. The reminders are kind of like alerts that you would put in your calendar, and they're actually part of calendars. But they're a little different. You can do some different things with them. Let's take a closer look. So here we are in iCal on the Mac. This is in Lion, and in iCal you've got reminders here on the right. If you don't see it, you can go here to show and hide reminders in the view menu. Now to add a new one, you can either double click in this area, or you can go to File, New Reminder, and it will create one. Now notice this reminder is green here. The checkbox is green. If I click on Reminders, there's a little button there. I can see my different calendars, and I can choose which one I'm currently using when I create new reminders. Now I want to make sure in this case I'm using my iCloud calendar here, not one that's on my Mac or maybe an old Mobile Me calendar or something else. Now if I double click on a reminder, I get the information for it. I can change its name, I can change its priority, even what calendar it's a part of. I can also set a due date for it, and I can set an alert for it. And I have all the standard things here I could set for an alert. So let's do a message with a sound. And I can pick the sound, and I can set a specific time for the alert to happen. So the reminders themselves have dates, but the alerts attached to them actually have times. So now I can see that this reminder here is actually due tomorrow, or have a future date on there as well, and what the reminder is. And I can double click on it to get more information. And that's how you do it in iCal. Now if I'm using iCloud and I sync to my various iOS devices, this reminder will appear there as well. So in the iPhone, you run the Reminders app, and in here you can flip between your list, personal, which is the name of the calendar, and completed, items that are completed. You can also switch to a date view. Still look at the completed ones, but you can go forward in time so you can set reminders for future days. Press the plus button to create a new reminder. And that's it. Now, I can select it and then set a reminder time and date, or add a location, and I can also have it repeat, and I can go into more and give it priority and even give it some notes as well. Now notice if I create one in list view, I don't have to assign it a date. You can see it's never set to remind me. It's because I'm not in the date view, so I can just create to-do list items using this and check them off when they're done. Also, I can click there and go between the different lists, and I can edit and create a new list here. So create a new list just on the iPhone, or I can create a new list here in iCloud as well. And if I go to the date view, I can also view a calendar, quickly scroll through it so I can set a reminder for a very future date. Now on the iPhone, you can also use Siri if you have an iPhone 4S to set reminders. So for instance, I can have it set a reminder for me to take out the trash tonight. Remind me to take out the trash tonight at 8 p.m.
Here's your reminder for today at 8 p.m.
Okay, so I've got a reminder there.
Create it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Great, and the reminder is created here, and it will sync to all my devices over iCloud. Now another cool thing you can do only on the iPhone with reminders is set a location rather than a time for a reminder to give you an alert. So you can say at location when you're in the reminder interface, and you can also use Siri to do this. You can tell it when you arrive at the location, when you leave, and give it an address or something that's in one of your contacts, like say your home. Then it will show the reminder when it detects that you're near or when you've just left that location. Now this won't work on other devices, like for instance won't work on your iPad or a Mac, and I think the reason for this is because those devices aren't constantly checking their location like a phone would be. It would be easy to have a reminder like this set on an iPad, for instance, even a 3G iPad, but simply never wake it up when you're at the location or passing by it, so it will never give you the reminder because it doesn't realize you're there. So that's probably why it only works on phones. So there's a quick look at reminders. They're great to use as to-do lists. They're great to use as quick little alarms and alerts. You can use them as alarms for waking you up the next morning, for instance, instead of setting something on the clock. And it's great because they sync between all your devices using iCloud. Hope you found this useful. Till next time, this is Gary with MacMost Now. Want more video tutorials? Just go to MacMost.com, click on the videos link at the top of the page, and then you can view all of the hundreds of MacMost videos by category.